In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to use a foam roller. Now, if you're unfamiliar with a foam roller, this is a foam roller. Generally, they're always made in roughly the same diameter. So you can see it's probably about a roughly 5-inch diameter. These foam rollers come in different densities. You can buy a foam roller pretty much anywhere that sells sporting goods, at Target, at Walmart, of course at sporting goods stores. You can get it on Amazon. Fairly inexpensive. You can buy a foam roller for probably about $10 to $15. They come in various different lengths. I'm a big fan of this length, which is probably about a 2.5, 3 foot section. But you can get them in much smaller lengths as well. Now, foam rollers, as I said, come in various different densities, but I like a very firm density that's not going to be able to compress. Now, the purpose of a foam roller, there's several different reasons that someone could use a foam roller. One is for sports performance. Using a foam roller both before and after sporting activities can really help with your overall performance, but it can also help to decrease something called DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, so a soreness that you feel after vigorous exercise. I'm going to be talking about using it more for generalized tightness and muscular discomfort. So this can be anybody who is just experiencing what they would deem to be a muscle tightness or a muscle discomfort that's not due to injury. So that's really important. You don't really want to foam roll an injured area or an injured muscle. You want to foam roll a muscle that's very tight, and that could be because you are doing an activity that you're not really used to. Let's say you are you're raking a lot of leaves, and you're not used to raking leaves, so you're feeling very tight. Your muscles are very tight. It's uncomfortable. Foam rolling could be a great thing. A lot of people right now, I'm realizing, are experiencing a lot of neck, upper back discomfort and pain, and in the trapezius region, the big muscle right here on the upper back. And a lot of that tightness is because they're working at a workstation that's not really set up ergonomically very well for them. So doing a foam roller, it's almost like a massage, like a deep tissue massage that can really loosen up the muscle fibers, which is going to increase range of motion, and it's going to decrease pain and discomfort. And it's really easy to use a foam roller. So all you're going to be doing is using the foam roller, or rolling, putting the area of your body that's sore, that you're losing that range of motion. That area is going to go on the foam roller, and your body weight is going to really act as the compression onto the muscle, which is going to help loosen up the fibers and the fascia, which is the connective tissue that's surrounding the muscle. So I'm going to roll out my glutes, which is the buttock area. There's a muscle in the glutes called the piriformis muscle, which is a muscle that very commonly can get tight with new activities, and it can create sciatica-like symptoms, meaning it can create pain going down into the leg, numbness and tingling. So people may think they have sciatica, where really they have piriformis syndrome. So to use the roller in that region, all I would do is sit on that area. So I'm on one side, on the left cheek, and then I'm just rolling back and forth. And really find the area where you notice the discomfort and focus on that area. You can just pause there for a while just for pressure, but then you can roll, and you kind of want to get all the surrounding muscle fibers and fascia as well. So you're just going to roll all over that area. So you can roll out the glutes, you can roll the lower back. Now you do have to have some core strength to be able to do this. So you're going to stay contracted, keep a nice firm plank position, if you will, and just roll forward and back. So those muscles that are surrounding the spine, you can roll on those muscles. I wouldn't recommend extending over the foam roller because you could cause some issues with the spine itself. So you need to be able to contract your core. You can roll the front of the thighs. This is someone who, let's say, does work at a computer screen for long periods, or they're sitting for long periods of time. Their hip flexors can become very tight, which can cause hip issues and low back issues. So rolling on the front of the thighs on those hip flexors and the quadriceps can really help to loosen up those areas, increase mobility. The traps is a great area to use the foam roller. So you could do it in the lower traps. Trap is a very big muscle. You could do it in the lower traps, which is going to be kind of like in the shoulder blade area. You can focus on one side. You can get right in the middle. But then you can also hit the upper traps, and that's really where a lot of people will develop problems. So with the upper traps, again, you're going to need to have the core strength to be able to do some of these things, but you can roll back and forth right on those upper traps, and that can really loosen up the muscles and the fibers, increase your range of motion, decrease pain and discomfort, and really get to feeling much better. And this is something that you could do every day. There's really no contraindications to using a foam roller other than improper form or not enough stability while you're doing it. Of course, primary thing is you want to be safe while you're using a foam roller, and whenever you're rolling a muscle, it's, do whatever feels right. I would say you don't really need to foam roll any one particular muscle for more than a minute, but you could do that a couple of times a day, every other day would be fine as well. You could also use heat before doing foam rolling, and you can pair foam rolling with stretching. So foam rolling is really going to loosen up the connective tissue that surrounds the muscle, whereas stretching is going to lengthen or elongate the muscle. So they can really work in tandem to give you the best results. If you have any questions on foam rolling, how to use a foam roller, why to use a foam roller, maybe you have a question, should I use a foam roller for a certain symptom or issue, definitely let me know. We want to make sure that you're using it correctly and safely, but for the most part, it's pretty easy, safe to use. Like I said, not many things that you need to be careful of. So if you have any questions, please let me know.